Today, I'm going to be talking about education, not just education, but indoctrination, developing compliance within your clients and potential prospects to get them to buy into your specific worldview. When it comes to clients, when it comes to content creation, education, a lot of people are not very intentional about it, and no one has a real solid strategy to be able to put everything together in a nice straight line where you say, do this, do this, do this, do this, and you have a reason why you're doing that. People's idea of content creation is throwing shit against the wall and hoping that it sticks. Or you can do that. It's a shotgun approach. I think that it's much wiser to spend some time understanding how content creation works and what it does for your prospects before going into mindlessly trying to figure out what is the next thing that you're going to say. Without proper strategy, your content's just going to go all over the place and you're going to fuck it up. Probably waste time creating things that aren't meaningful and unuseful as well. Let's talk about the foundations of content creation and education. What should your intentions be when it comes to content creation? Think about it. When you are creating a piece of content, when you are shooting a video, when you are creating something that people want to engage with, what is the thing that you're trying to achieve? What is your content trying to do? How do you want to design your content, right? What kind of goals should it achieve? So in my thesis and in my belief right now, I believe that if you're a service provider or if you're selling something online, there's only two things that you need to do with your content. Number one, you need to develop compliance, develop authority over your prospects' decision making, get them to treat you and treat everything that you say as gospel. But having said that, the second part of your content should allow them to develop independent thinking. Get them up to speed so that you have a smart client and not just a dumb follower. You want to make a balance between these two because this will help you to nurture the ideal client. You want someone that respects you and at the same time also challenges you, has ideas to bring to the table. The reason, to the untrained eye, this may seem very counterintuitive, but there's a reason behind why I think that this is the best way to do it. End of the day, the reason why we work with clients in the first place, the reason why we provide services, the reason why we are even in this business in the first place is to allow the best ideas to win. With this system of compliance and independent thinking, the truth will be the best idea that will win and that will be floated up in your conversations between your clients. The best idea, to define it, right, is the most profitable, most strategically aligned, most clear and most succinct idea. And having clarity, having purpose, having intention is not something that's easy. It is extremely difficult to do. And you need the first two pieces, which is respect and also independent thinking, to be able to have the best ideas come out. Without that, you're going to be doing all the work and you don't tap into your client's expertise. In order to achieve this, you need to create an environment of respect and meritocracy. This can only be done through proper, rigorous education that gives them the foundations so that they can run with you when it's time to run and to think about ideas and to brainstorm. From an advertising perspective, right, this is where, you can come up with the best angles, the best ways of serving their customers, and you serving them too, aiding them in moving forward towards growing their business. I'm going to give you a little bit of context in terms of education and how we traditionally think about education. The traditional education system, I'm not, digging at it, I'm just saying it as it is. I'll read you a few quotes. First one, I don't want a nation of thinkers, I want a nation of workers. So, think about that. Is our education system training us to think independently or follow SOPs? Second quote, this guy is also running the education board in some part in America. In our dream, we have limitless resources and the people yield themselves with perfect docility to our molding hand. We shall not search for the embryo of great artists, painters, and musicians, nor lawyers, doctors, preachers, politicians, statesmen, of whom we have ample supply. The task we set before ourselves is very simple, as well as a very beautiful one, to train these people as we find them to a perfectly ideal life, just where they are. Basically, let me break that down for you. Education system, traditionally, if, school, whatever, it's to get people to comply and to follow rules. We need people to understand the foundations and then break the rules. It's not going to work. We can't use that traditional approach to education. So now let's talk about getting closer to what we're trying to achieve with our content and our indoctrination sequences and the way we think about producing content. Education for our clients. I take this from Socrates. Education is the kindling of the flame, not the filling of the vessel. Another one, I cannot teach anybody anything. I can only make them think. What we do with these two extremes of education, one compliance, one independent thinking, is that we have to balance the two in order to create real thinkers that can have real conversations with us. And this is where the real money is made. Because in these conversations, you develop real marketing edge, you develop real business processes, you develop real innovation that actually changes your customers' lives. And you cannot have that with an army of followers. It is virtually impossible because you will be the only one thinking. And if you want to have that all that pressure on yourself, sure. But I think that it's more efficient to delegate some of the decision making to the people that you're working with. So yeah, what we need is a steady stream of education that does both. In our sales letters, in our contents, in our posts, in all the touch points that we have, we always want to be teaching a little, teasing a little, demonstrating our authority and expertise a little at every step of the way. This is a continuous process, and this is what creates the best kind of clients. And by doing this successfully, you will be seen as a respected advisor that's able to give solid, meaningful, applicable, and highly specialized knowledge to help your clients in their business. And now let's talk about relevance, right? And why you hearing this might be the best thing since sliced bread for you, because I've analyzed the market and I think that this is a trend that you can tap on. So now in the B2B climate, there are new agencies and service providers coming in every single day. And this means that competition is always rising. This has always been the case. And right now with the internet and everything, it's going even faster. But how do we compete? Not just by being more valuable. How do we compete without just giving more value and more value and more value, right? There's only so much value that we can give until, we burn out and, we don't monetize. As much as people, I would say, value, hook, jab, shut the fuck up, okay? There's a better way to do it, and I'm gonna show you how this is done. We need to teach clients two things. We cannot give people value because they do not understand it unless we put the context in for them. For every piece of value that we give, we need to show them how to use the value in the first place. I don't know why people don't talk about this, and I think that this is something that maybe I've learned through great people that I've followed, Ben Settle, throughout the years. People don't value education. People don't value the how-to guide. People only value that when they have context on what that how-to guide can do for them. So you have to do the both of them together. After, your clients have been taught the importance of these how-to guides, educated not just on the techniques itself, but the value that it can bring to their lives, then the real commitment starts to be developed towards executing on the strategies. You cannot bring a horse to water and force them to drink. The horse has to drink themselves. The horse has to be thirsty first. You have to create that thirst before they can value the value. So yeah, if you want to protect your proprietary information, now we're going to go very pragmatic, very cutthroat, right? You want to never fully give away all of your secrets. You want to keep 10% to yourself. That will make that edge yours and yours truly. So you can give, you can show value, but always keep something for yourself so that you have something to sell. After all, you've spent the time to develop these systems, and you should honor yourself and respect yourself enough not to just loosely open up yourself to people and allowing them to take everything without you gatekeeping at least a little bit. Now let's talk about big picture, right? How do we structure a content strategy? If you've developed your offer well, if you've chosen your strategy well, the market that you want to pursue, and how you want to do your service delivery, your operations, right? Your content should hit at the center point of your strategy. You'll know exactly what your readers want. If you want more references, you just Blue Ocean offer creation, refer to that, right? You know exactly what your readers want, you know exactly what they're looking for, and you know how one piece of content leads to the next piece of content, that leads to the next piece of content, and you'll be able to see the whole world that you're bringing them into. So with this clarity, once you do the strategy positioning worksheet and videos that I've sent, what you'll be able to do is that you be able to understand the beliefs that you want to install with them, the assumptions or like the worldviews that they need to have in order to become a good client, which is meritocratic. They bring up their ideas and they understand the foundations. And the vehicles that you can use to bring them to the promised land, your service delivery, the challenges, operating various vehicles, your competitors, other things that they could use to potentially solve the problem, and what they need to input in terms of a personal level, how they need to work together with you to do whatever, right? For example, for me, what that input looks like is that I need someone to be able to float up all the best ideas and to always value the merit of ideas over ego and anything else. That is what is important to me, and that's how I work with my clients. For you, you need to figure out what that is for your clients and what you need them to contribute, not just in a capital sense, but in a buy-in sense, in a working with you, working relationship sense. need to figure out what it is in terms of input for you so that you can train them during your education process. Once you put this system together, you beautifully design it with intention, strategy, and not just hook, 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 jab, shut the fuck up. When you're able to do that, you'll have a very smooth onboarding process, sales process, and people that come to you will genuinely respect you and want to work with you because they see the value in you. That's what I want to do with you, for you, so you don't have to do, the usual teaching your client how to be a good client thing, and then you just self-qualify as well for people that are trash. As I've said from the start, this is what education is supposed to do. It's about bringing forth merit, creating an intellectual environment where the best ideas come through, and for you playing the best advisory role to move the needle forward and find innovative solutions to help your clients get the results that they want in record time, because you are creating this feedback loop through education, through the dialogue, through the compliance and independent thinking. Then you create that loop for yourself for evolving, both growing together with your clients and growing together with them as a service provider and client. Marriage, you grow together with your partner, you grow together with your clients once you do this right. In terms of timeline, time horizons to achieve these results, I want you to think of it as a long game, and I want you to think about it as something that you do over a very sustained period of time, because you only need to be patient and you need to chip away at one belief, one presupposition, one idea, one foundation at a time. So one piece of content, one lead, one book call at a time. Take your time, and make sure that you have your strategy in place. Make sure that you do all of that, put that together before you start to implement your content. If not, it's not gonna hit home. So yeah, take note that, people in advertising, there's a saying that, it never pays to educate your customers. It only pays to tap on their existing desires. So with this in mind, know that your education will not be profitable in the short run, and it will be a long-term play, and be prepared to do that in order to execute this properly. Reason why is because it takes time to sink into their brains, it takes time to have the hypnotic effect. As long as you follow these principles, follow what I've outlined in this entire program of sorts, I believe that you'll be able to build an empire of clients, a waiting list, eager to work with you, simply on autopilot, because you put that drip, as they say, when it comes to dating and when it comes to client acquisition, water your garden and the butterflies will come. I'm a big believer in pull marketing, not push marketing, so this is my strategy. Water your social profiles, water your back end, water your follow-up sequences. Look at it as if you were tending to a garden, building an empire, creating a world where your clients are happy to live in, happy to experience, happy to be a part of. And this is where the real magic starts to happen. The automatic salesmanship arises, and where the money is, so to speak. And the most important thing, as woo-woo as it sounds when it comes to creating content, especially doing it in a way that is unconsciously competent, right? You want to reach that, is intent. I want you to really think about the intent that you have, the outcome that you want to achieve through the education that you provide. Give you some examples. The intent to sell, the intent to drag someone into your world, the intent to keep them there, the intent to make them believe everything that you believe. There's a level of psychological aggression that's required in order to pull this off, so just take note. And under the surface, you have to feel this intent before it gets communicated in all of your different content pieces. So yeah, you are bringing them into your world, and through your world, you can serve them. Through your agency, you can serve them. Through your ideas, consulting, you can serve them. So don't hesitate or feel bad for bringing people into your world. It is necessary, it is required, and it is what will help them in the long run if you have your customers' best interest at heart. That's not up for me to decide. This, in the long run, will help you to make the most money in the most effortless way possible. And one more thing, leading into my next piece of content, can look forward to it. Not sure if you see this, either it will be done or it will be coming soon. So you always want to have two types of advertising, right? Education is one of them. And I want to play with your mind a little bit, right? Now we have the merit system, we have the respect system. But what is another way that we can analyze education? I want you to think about education through the lens of luxury. In luxury, you have two types of advertising. Number one, as politically incorrect as it sounds, in luxury, the reason why it's valuable, because you make a very clear distinction between the haves and the have-nots. And you make this extremely clear. I should tell you more a bit about why this works, but that's for another video, right? You want to be able to advertise to people that are not your ideal customer too. You want to be able to tell people to fuck off in a certain sense, that you're too broke for this, that you can't work with people like me, you're below me. There is a certain level of value to doing that, as politically incorrect as it sounds. I'm saving this till the end so that the people who cannot handle it will not see this. So if you're here, congratulations, voila. When you tell people to fuck off, when you tell people to not work with you, when you tell people that they need to be a certain caliber, you make yourself more available to the people that actually matter. And they say, if you're a friend to everyone, you're an enemy to yourself. Or if you're a friend to everyone, be a friend to no one. It's the same in your advertising. So you do need to be able to quote unquote set the standards and tell people to fuck off, and to make that distinction between have and have nots very clear. This is what makes your ideal customer want you even more, because they gain status by purchasing from you, they gain exclusivity, they gain personalized service, which is all more valued because the common folk, so to speak, are unable to get that from you. And this is the next level in progression in life when they work with you. So yeah, that is some food for thought. Congratulations, you made it to the end. Good job. You didn't quit halfway and you came from one of my channels, and I'm happy that you stayed till the end. Yeah, maybe I'll put Easter eggs at the end of it so it's more fun, and you got a little place, things to navigate through. It's fun for me to do this, so I'm glad that you're here, and I look forward to seeing you in the next document drop. Again, the link to this document and the outline of the worksheet, it will be below in the video, so use that in your own free time, listen to this in your free time, and yeah, speak to you soon. One more thing, if you'd like me to help you to venture into untapped markets and to build out a strategy for you for client acquisition, if you're a service-based business, send me a DM, you know where to find me. Yeah, other than that, if you're here, just watching and stuff, hope you enjoyed. I'll take care. No, you take care, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.